Okay, friends. Well, there you go. Doc South with. I actually got a day off from work. Yeah, a rare day off from the dairy section and the frozen section at the supermarket I work in, and so I've been knocking out some videos. Yeah, because it looks like the rest of the week all leaves are canceled for a while anyway. And I've told you about that. That awful wreck I was in when I was in college. Okay, I found photos. Yeah, I did. Um, eh, I don't think any of this is. I was going to say not for the squeamish, but I think you'll live if you stay tuned. Stay with this one. Stay tuned. I got. Here's a photo of me when I was. I think this may have been either my junior year or my senior year of high school. Huh? Yeah, I know. Handsome, weren't I? Yeah. What happened? God. Yeah. Old age. Old age set in. I know my. This is all today. The day I'm doing this is also my daughter Sunshine's 50th. Yeah, and she's scratching her head too. But well, it's how it goes. Hey, I always say, be glad you made it to 50, right? Okay. And in my case, same thing. Okay. There's a picture of me, probably 18, 19 years old, something like that, give or take. Here was me, let's see, I think when this happened, I was probably, let me think, I was probably, I'd say 20, maybe 19. Okay. That's me coming home, coming home after being in the hospital out in Ohio from being in this particular head-on collision. You can see, well, there, you can see my head's pretty well swollen, especially from the those eyes, by the way. That's not shadows. That's black eyes, and they were actually bigger than that. Somehow yeah, oh, they were like this. And you can see my nose is a little fatter and off to one side a little, right? Off to my, I think my right. And then all around from like here down, all swollen, that's all broken jaw bones and teeth missing. Other than that, I was fine. Yeah. And on my hands, you can see this one hand's kind of acting funny. It's because I think I fractured a finger in the wreck too, but that was no big deal. The doctor said, "Oh, that'll heal on its own." And anyway, here's the wreck. Now again, we were I was with a girl I knew, not necessarily a girlfriend, but a girl who was a friend, and boy, beautiful girl, Julia. Oh man, was she pretty! And I would imagine still is, though like me, she wouldn't be a spring chicken anymore. But I'll bet you she's still gorgeous. And again, we were friends, no hanky panky or anything. Darn it. and she was driving me back home back to college from New Jersey. She lived in Jersey as well. Okay. And we were in Bel Air, Ohio. Thanksgiving, it was shortly after the Thanksgiving recess, heading back to college. It had rained and drizzled and stuff in Ohio. I think also a mist came in off the Ohio River. We were riding along the Ohio River, and we hit black ice on an S curve. And, well, we slid head on. We were probably both cars involved. The Oldsmobile we hit, I think it was a 56 Olds, and the Triumph that we were in, TR4, brand new. Uh-huh. I think it was a 67 TR4 or a 66 maybe. It was a nice car. Oh, it was sweet. And and I remember thinking as we're driving along into the night, I remember thinking, boy, beautiful girl heading back to college, a sweet car to ride in. This is fantastic. They had a bag full of hamburgers. It was, life was good. And then we hit this S curve. along the Ohio River. Evidently, the river set up a mist. The mist froze on the highway, and the bridge was kind of an S-curve type bridge, and we slid uh, into I think it was a 55 or a 56 Olds, which was like hitting it was like hitting a battleship. Okay, and this is what happened to the TR4. Okay, yeah, I was on right here in that part. That would be the passenger side, I believe. Let me look. Yes, that's the passenger side, and everything came in there. And man, I hit my head on that dashboard so bad, and I guess we flipped, bounced around a whole lot, and went down over an embankment, and landed luckily on our wheels. I think if we had landed on the roof, that would have been it for both of us. And that engine's pushed back into I think came through the dash in the center. Um, Luckily, it was a little hard, I know, to get out. I couldn't get out on the passenger side. That was all squashed. So I had to climb over everything and get out on the driver's side. Those shadows, by the way, are the shadows of my folks taking pictures of the wreck. It was by then it was at some junkyard, I guess, or a repair shop. Uh, I guess they were going to try to maybe get some parts off it. I guess I don't know. But that was the wreck. And yeah, I was hospitalized for about I think about 2 weeks, a week or two anyway. And it was sometime in February, early March when I was able to go back to school. I really looked scary. it, it definitely, people would if I got behind someone in a line, I basically, well, I had wires all over my teeth, and this red plastic that was keeping the wires from cutting into my cheeks and my lips. And so I kind of sounded. Remember that James Bond character? What was his name with the teeth? Jaws. I looked like him. I looked like him actually. Big nose, black eyes like this. Oh man, I'll tell you. And all swollen. It looked like something like a Batman villain. And that's if I about all I could do was hiss because I couldn't breathe through my nose. It was just too jammed up. And so I just like that. Oh, I must have drove people nuts. You know, anyone that had to deal with me was a saint at the moment. And it was rough. And a lot of the procedures they had to do on me, they couldn't knock me out. They said, "Look, kid, we're going to give you going to give you as much narcotics as we can, but we can't knock you out." And I said, "You can't." They said, "No, you might." They had their reasons, and so it was pretty wild. But hey, I got through it. Yeah, I'm a little bit every now and then, but uh, if I could get into another TR4, I would. They were sweet cars. You just got to be a little careful on that ice. That's all. I maybe do it in the summer. Yeah. Oh, but any case, everyone came out of it okay. The guy in the Oldsmobile, yeah, he was fine. Yeah, no sweat. He was scared to death. He killed us, or that we were dead. But no, I think he came into the hospital room and just wanted to make sure everything was okay. And certainly it wasn't anyone's fault. There was no way to. It was the ice fault. The ice's fault. If you want to call God into court, I guess you can, but I don't think you'd want to. I don't think you'd want to, make a judgment against him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I could see him. Put your hand on the Bible, sir. Listen. I don't have to. You know who I am? Okay. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh my heavens, what a mess. But I made it. Yeah, Lord's Prayer moment. I did survive. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. It's funny. I'm just thinking, a year later, yeah, I ran into Molly, who would eventually be my first wife. And, for the longest time, everything worked out rather nicely. So life does have a way of turning for the better, I was going to say. And you just never know. Keep your eyes open. Anyway, I'll see you later. Thank you now, and God bless.